did it for the International Queen. So it's trans women that come from all over the world to come and be the Miss International Queen. So at the end, I was only there to help train them for their walk, right? And they've been tired. They've been doing things. They've been doing, you know, training. They've been doing different trainings, and they're just completely tired, shattered. So I thought it was a good time to empower them. So after, you know, we finished our session, I put everybody, made them stand in a circle, and I had everybody close their eyes, and I took them back to a place where, to a place for them to realize how special they were. I took them back to remember the time when you got bullied. Go back and remember the time where you were told you will never be a woman. Go back to the time where people would say to you that you're good for nothing, that you're nothing, and you know, when you knew in your heart that you were in the wrong body, this is not you, and today you are the beautiful woman. And then I bring them out, and then I tell them, I'm going to ask you who you are, and I want you to shout back to me, this is me. So they shout, and I keep shouting, and I'm looking, you know, มันเหมือนรับน้องอ่ะ and you know, shouting and they're shouting so much, and they're feeling so, it's like they're letting out all the aggression or all the things that they were ถูกกดอ่ะ as they were growing up to be this amazing, beautiful woman that they are today. And once they get to that level, they feel so empowered. They feel like, you know, a new person. Wow. And then for that final walk that they do, they look amazing because they get this emotional power from somewhere.
This empowering strategy seems to be very liberating, alongside with very motivational.
A lot of people say it's old school. You know, like a lot of unis, they do that, like when they ทำรับน้อง, you know, and stuff like that. But I found it to be quite inspiring. And when I feel down, or when I feel like I'm drained, I go back to that moment, because when I'm leading that empowerment, I get empowered as well. When I feel the energy that they're throwing back at me, it's like playing ball. It's like, I throw this to you. Who are you? And you shout back, this is me, you know, and you bouncing off that energy. It's so empowering. You know, it's like, it's really a great feeling.
It's definitely really powerful. And I see you're really passionate about inclusivity and promoting diversity, especially with the Rainbow Run One Way too.
Right.
Like, what are some other social issues that you advocate for?
Well, it's mostly for the LGBTQ+. We try to do something every year to help bring awareness to it, to them. To, you know, I try to do a lot of charity work. You know, I try to give back. I work closely with Thailand's Trash Hero. You know, when we go to the beach, we always take a few minutes out of our day to pick up some trash. I've got a wonderful, talented friend who does, you know, the netting from the sea, from the fishermen. So we collect all that. Other than picking up horrible trash, right? We pick up all this netting, which is always getting stuck in the turtles, sea turtles, and sea animals, fish, you know, dolphins and stuff. They swallow that, and then anyway, so we take this netting, and then she spins it, she cleans it, spins it, and she turns it into art. And she's done a lot of art for Queen Sirikit, using a lot of this, the netting, and a lot of the soda cans, soda bottles that we all collect and stuff, and she turns it into art. So we are involved in that as well. Anytime I go to the beach with a group of friends, we take a moment and, you know, We pick up trash. I'm involved in that. We're also involved with doing charity for women and children. I've been trying to get to do another run for we did a run before called Walk for Life. Walk for Life. So we ran from Hua Hin to Sirirat Hospital and managed to raise 11 million baht, and we donated that to Sirirat Hospital, to a building that King Rama IX had named that building, and that building was especially to treat people who were working class, low income families, and so we donated that money, that 11 million, to that building. And I've been trying to do another run, but we just keep getting hit with COVID. So hopefully next year we'll get to do another run. But this time will be for handicapped women and children, or battered children. Different parts of Thailand have different problems. So I'm thinking of doing a run in the different parts of Thailand.
Such creative ways to like address.
Always
these.
trying to. I try to give back as much as possible. You know, I'm not that big on, you know, going to a temple, making merit, and you know, posting it on social media. I think it's something that is personal. When we want to give back, you know, I try. When I do post, I posted trying to inspire people to also help do that as well, you know. But I'm not like a lot of the celebrities where, you know, I go and ไปบริจาคเงินเป็น10 20 30 ล้าน you know. It's to each his own, but I try to do other things that, you know, that you see, right, that you are doing something good.
Like using things that mean a lot to you.
Yeah, exactly.
I also really like the idea of like art and self-expression as a means to like raise awareness. I think that's really unique.
Definitely.
I like how you're not centered around like publicizing what you're doing, but rather like seeing the impact in itself. So as the initiator of the Rainbow Runway project, can you please share with us your mission and vision of that?
Well, it all started the year before that, where my brother Mark and my partner Mark at Lukkade Metinee, it was during COVID, and it was the month of June, and we were inspired by, he was Spanish, wasn't he? Spanish influencer who had a beautiful rainbow cape that he was walking around in Spain, I think it was. Was it Spain? Yeah, something like that. And we were like, wow, that would be amazing for us to do for Thailand. So we got together, we managed to get something together with the contacts that we knew, to make us a dress, a designer make us a dress, and Central World to get in on the project. And then we shot the video and put it on social media, and our video was up at Central World, the whole LED, the whole wall outside of Central for about 2 weeks, and that was amazing. And then the UN got involved as well with that project, and so we thought, Central World was like, okay, you got to do another one. You got to do another one. We got to do, and you know, so we're like, okay, well, the first one was just me in a cape, running, rainbow cape that was like 8 meters long,
wow,
heavy, and they were like, okay, what are we gonna do? So we're like, okay, fashion show, right? It's got to be the longest rainbow catwalk ever. How many? It was like 40. How long was it? 50 square meters. 50 square meters long.
That's long.
Yeah, and then we managed to get over 100 Thai celebrities that were LGBTQ and allies, LGBTQ allies as well, to come and walk. Everybody came in their outfits, came all dressed up, and yeah, and it was to raise awareness for LGBTQ plus group, you know, and we're planning to do next year's. That's got to be bigger and better. Absolutely. I don't know what's going to be yet, but I don't know how we're going to top that. Really don't know. But it's all to raise awareness and to teach, people and kids about LGBTQ, and they're normal people. They're people just like you and me. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How do you think this event has impacted society?
It's definitely brought awareness. Mm-hmm. You could see from this year, 2022, that it's a lot more accepted, because even the governor of Thailand, the new governor, right, who did a parade, and he was really involved, and the BMA, right, was involved. They did the parade and everything, and even advertisers now who before used to not support LGBTQ events are now coming out openly, sponsoring events, whereas before they were like, no, they don't want to be known as, supporting this group and stuff, but they're not now starting to come out and being, you have people being advocates and things like that. So it's like, it's opening up. We're one of the biggest countries in Asia that is openly accepted. There's still a lot of countries where you can't openly come out and say you're gay or you're transgender, things like that. So it's it's refreshing to know, and it's refreshing to be a part of it, because I think the biggest part of me being able to be Lukkade Metinee Thailand in my career path in the 30 years that I've been here is because of the creativeness of the LGBTQ community. In the fashion industry, there are a lot of gays, practically all gay, really. Makeup artists, photographers, designers, what else? Choreographers, script writers, directors. I didn't become me today on my own. And I truly appreciate them, and I feel that because of their creativity and the way they are, has given me the audacity to be who I am, yeah, I guess is that the word, to like come out and be strong, and to be vocal. I don't think I would have dared to do it on my own. Yeah,
that's great. Like, it's so refreshing, especially nowadays, that we're seeing like art becoming more advocated and creativity. Before it was just like STEM related subjects.
Definitely.
What are your thoughts on breast cancer, since you also contributed to the advocacy of that?
Well, I think it's very important. That's also another thing that I advocate for. I've been one of the advocates for many years, I think since the first year. And I think it's important for women to know and be health conscious and go and look. And it's also common in men as well, surprisingly. It's important to know the signs and to be aware and to, dulaตัวเอง for women. It's not just breast cancer, but it's ovarian cancer, and it's all the stuff that is not necessarily noticeable until last minute. Yeah, last stages.
I see that you're such a well-rounded person. You do like so many like things to advocate for various topics. How do you find like managing the time and like also like maintaining your like personal image, maintaining like not getting too stressed?
I am